it's Arena. Welcome back to Fantastic Korean Dishes, where we cook up simple but delicious Korean meals. Now, as you all know, kimchi is a staple dish in Korean cuisine. Koreans have it all the time. Now, Koreans also enjoy a good bowl of fried rice. Now, can you take a guess at what kind of fried rice they love the most? That's right, you guessed it, kimchi fried rice, and that's exactly what we'll be making today. But I'm going to be giving you two recipes. The first is the original spicy version that is very flavorful and very filling. The second is a mild version for kids. So it's not spicy at all, although we will be putting kimchi in. And it has a ton of vegetables, so it's very healthy, but equally delicious. So let's get cooking. So first off, we're gonna start with the spicy kimchi fried rice. We're gonna need some green onions. You require green onions for both recipes. So you need about 2 stalks of regular green onions. And we're just gonna chop them finely, maybe about a thickness of about 0.5 centimeters in width, okay? Next, we're gonna need about 1/6 of an onion, and we're just going to slice them thinly. Next, we're gonna need some kimchi. Here I have 200 grams, so this particular recipe is good for 2 people. I like to use a darker cutting board because kimchi does tend to stain the cutting board. And I'm gonna cut them in thin slices, again in similar width. All right, it's time to fry all the ingredients. First off, we're going to drizzle the pan with a bit of oil. Now, usually people love to use green onions as garnish, and there's nothing wrong with that because just having a bit of greens makes everything look visually so much better. But there is actually like so much fragrance and flavor in green onions that when you just put it at the end, you don't really utilize as much. So I like to put some in the beginning as well. So I'm gonna drizzle some oil, maybe about 1 tablespoon. So we're gonna take maybe a little over half of the green onions that I have here. And just using chopsticks, you gotta move really fast so you can cook the green onions evenly. And you create this green onion oil, and it makes everything so much more flavorful and aromatic. Next, we're gonna put in the onions. Now, once you can see that the onions have softened a bit, they've become a little bit translucent, then you can add the kimchi. Oh, sounds and smells amazing. The kimchi you want to cook a little bit longer, just so you really soften it up and cook through it. So once you see that the kimchi has wilted, especially the thicker white parts, we're going to add in 1 teaspoon of vegetable umami. And kimchi itself is already quite salty, so we don't need to add extra salt. And the umami is going to really deepen the flavor. I'm going to add in 1 bowl of white rice. Now, instead of mashing the rice with your spoon, because you still want the rice to retain its texture, you want to be gentle. You don't want to be mashing the rice. So I like to use like a wooden spoon and chopsticks together. Now we are about 30 seconds into being finished. We're gonna add in the rest of the green onions. I'm gonna add in about a tablespoon of sesame seed oil. I'm just gonna eyeball it. We're gonna add in some sesame seeds. Another good mix. All right, it's ready to plate. Let's go. Oh, that looks so good. This is one of my favorite things to make when I don't have any food in the fridge. All I have is kimchi and of course onions and green onions, but those are like staples in my fridge. Now kimchi fried rice is not complete without a fried egg, so let's make that. Drizzle a little bit of grapeseed oil. Now, how you cook your egg is really up to you. It's personal taste. I personally love a sunny side up egg with kimchi fried rice because the yolk, I feel like it just balances out the spiciness. So that's how I'm going to make it today. So back in the day when Korea was poverty stricken, there wasn't really a concept of side dishes, like separate side dishes. So what people would do was they would just take some kimchi and a bunch of ingredients in the fridge and just fry it all together, and that evolved to today's kimchi fried rice. Yeah, so just sharing a little bit of history for you. And we're just gonna add a little pinch of salt. So we're just gonna place the egg right in the middle. And voila, we are done our kimchi fried rice. We're gonna garnish it with a little bit of crushed sesame seeds. So these are just regular toasted sesame seeds, and I'm just gonna crush in between my fingers, right on top of the yolk. And that makes it even yummier and also so beautiful. Next, if you have kids at home who can't take any spice at all, we're gonna be making a non-spicy kimchi fried rice. Super easy to make, and we're gonna add in a lot of vegetables so it's nice and healthy as well. But we're gonna start with the green onions. We're gonna use 2 stalks. Look better and also taste better. It's much easier to eat. Next, we're gonna chop up some onions. Next, we're going to chop up about 1/4 of a potato, about 25 grams. So I'm gonna slice them thinly, slice that vertically, like little squares of potato. Next, about 15 grams to 20 grams of a carrot. You can add more if you want. I personally love adding carrots wherever I can because not only are they really good for you, they actually make everything look so much prettier. And then this is 15 to 20 grams of a young squash. If you have a difficult time finding young squash in your country, you can use zucchini or any other vegetable of your choice. Here I have about 2 strips of bacon. You can use more or less if you like. It's really up to you. If you are vegetarian, you don't even have to put this in this recipe. So I'm gonna chop the bacon to maybe about 1 centimeter in length. And lastly, but most importantly, we're gonna put in some kimchi, but because this recipe is not spicy at all, we're gonna have to wash our kimchi, and I'm gonna show you how. So all you have to do is wash them through some cold running water. Make sure you wash it on both sides, just to get the red out. Washed it maybe about 10 to 20 seconds per strand. So once you're done, it looks something like this. It's dripping water, so you want to give it a good squeeze just to take out all the excess water. Okay, but you don't want to make it a mush, so don't do it too hard. Okay. And just like the other recipe, we're going to just stack the layers of kimchi on top of each other, nice and neatly. This is a great way to get vegetables into your kids' meals. Okay, let's fry it all up. So once the pan is warmed up, I put it to medium-high heat. Instead of adding any extra oil, we're going to just use the oil from the bacon and use the oil that comes out of that. Okay, but obviously if you are cooking it without any bacon, you do want to add oil in the beginning. Okay, so once you've got a good amount of oil on the pan, you're going to add the green onions. Just like before, we're not going to add all of them because we're going to save a little bit for garnish. But the green onions, like I said, really brings out so much flavor to the dish. So it's good to start with them first. And when you're making fried rice, the most important thing is to go with vegetables that are the hardest and then to the softest. So we're going to start with the potatoes and carrots. And once you stir fry that for about a minute or two, next we're going to add in the young squash and onions. And that is starting to look so good, very colorful. Next we're going to add in our kimchi. And if your kids like spicy food, by all means just add in regular kimchi. Again, we're going to just fry this until the kimchi has wilted and softened a bit. Because we washed the kimchi, we're going to add vegetable umami. So we're adding this in instead of salt. We're going to add in our bowl of rice. You want to be gentle with the rice. You're not mashing the rice together. Okay, once there's no lumps, we're going to add in a tablespoon of sesame seed oil and some sesame seeds. Give it another good mix. Okay, let's go plate this. I think this is a good portion for 2 children or 1 very, very hungry adult. That would be me. And we're going to add the egg right on top. And then to finish it off, we're going to crush some sesame seeds right on top of the yolk. And there you have it, a non-spicy kimchi fried rice. And now it is my favorite part of the show where I get to eat all of this delicious food. So we're going to try the original kimchi fried rice. I have to have a little bit of yolk with it too. Oh, that looks so good. Oh my gosh, so good. That is really good. Okay, so this has a ton of vegetables. We use potatoes, young squash, carrots, onions, the cabbage from the kimchi. Really good. We didn't even add any salt to this. We just added the vegetable umami. Very flavorful. You've got all the different textures and flavors from all the vegetables and the bacon. So yummy. And that is it. These are 2 amazing recipes for kimchi fried rice. Hope you guys enjoyed them and definitely give it a try at home. Have yourselves an amazing day. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be back with another fantastic Korean dish. Bye.